Being able to connect with another is especially important when you're at an impasse or some sort of a stalemate where conflict and emotions are high and each person is having difficulty understanding the other. There are two ways to think about meeting others emotionally. One is what they need to feel, and the other is what you need to do. When people feel emotionally met, they feel fully heard, understood, seen, accepted, and not judged. That requires hearing beyond the words and listening for underlying meaning. There are a variety of behaviors that help someone feel emotionally met. Okay? They include number one, active listening that assures the speaker that you understand them. Some of this is conveyed non-verbally, such as eye contact or head nodding. Listening slows the conversation down in an important way, giving someone plenty of space to stay in their feelings as opposed to talking them out of them or countering with your own is the key. Now, another way is paraphrasing or acknowledging feelings. Repeating what you've heard someone else say is a powerful way to convey you have heard them and to find out in the moment whether you've heard them correctly. Third is active empathy, okay? Very much related to active listening. For example, saying things like, that really sounds crummy, or simply being with the other person and listening actively while they stay in their feelings, being there with them. Okay? That may require you to temporarily set aside your feelings if yours are different from what they're feeling. Fourth, conveying care. Again, this can be done with words, but it can also be nonverbal. And lastly, suspending judgment and engaging in curiosity and inquiry. This means asking open ended questions and really trying to understand what is going on for the other person. Obviously, one rarely uses all of these behaviors at one time. You need to understand the current situation and use certain tools depending on what that situation requires. However, meeting someone emotionally is likely to require a number of them. So you don't just simply use one, okay? You probably have to use a combination of them. When fully present with the other, you can usually sense what is appropriate. Sometimes just saying with feeling, that's horrible. Sometimes that's enough. Okay? You would know what would be appropriate for the situation. Now, when we are highly emotional, being able to set aside our own feelings temporarily so that we can fully hear the other person might be a big thing for us to do, right? I have to first acknowledge that it is too hard for me to be fully present to your feelings in this moment. And if I do, it is important to then come back and re engage when I'm feeling less emotionally triggered. Now, we're not suggesting that to meet someone emotionally means that we have to avoid disagreement or conflict. Okay. It is simply one way of responding to someone else when they are in a heightened emotional state. And it is a way to connect at a very personal level.